This is Mike Leigh. I'm the director and writer of my film, Peterloo. So here you see the great orator Hunt arriving at the mass meeting in Manchester. And if you look at this shot, you see what they really were at Peterloo on the day. Historically, there were 80 to 100,000 people there. Well, we didn't have 80 to 100,000 people to shoot. It's all done by crowd replication. These flags are all replications of the original flags that were actually there on the day. And we're looking at the family here, who are the central characters in the film, including the little boy. This really happened on the day. The citizens came and protested that this was a riot and that these magistrates should do something about it. They couldn't understand why they weren't arresting the people before the speeches started.
Le vostre preoccupazioni, ma non tollero il vostro comportamento!
I nostri uomini sono pronti e saranno inviati qui a tempo debito.
Avete a disposizione la Guardia Nazionale di Manchester e Salford.
E anche le forze di Sua Maestà.
Usatele, diamine!
Noi siamo la legge, signore!
Sì, e le useremo quando lo riterremo opportuno!
Of course, I'm served in the film by some very brilliant actors. There are very fine actors who are good at doing real people in a real way, and there are lots of them in the film here, as you can see. The crowds, the support artists were all taught very, very rigorously what the scenes were about, who they were, who they represented, and that's why they're acting in such a real way. They're reacting properly. The women in white, all the women in them who showed up to protest and to take part in the demonstration, all wore white together, the members of the what was called the Female Reform Society. You hear Handel, Hail the Conquering Hero, being played. You hear God Save the King. These tunes were actually played by bands at the time, and we've actually got very old period instruments, and these actors who are also musicians have learned how to play them in a period way. And here we see an event that really happened. One of the women in the political organisation did actually faint, and we've let that happen in a quiet way as part of the action. And Henry Hunt was a great orator, a great political agitator, and a great self-advertiser and rather an arrogant sort of person, and this is our interpretation of him as played by an actor called Rory Kinnear.
Libertà universale!
We didn't film this in Manchester, where it actually happened, because you can't film in such a thing in Manchester now, because they built a great Victorian city in Manchester long after this, and now it's a great modern city. So we actually shot this famous event a very far distance from Manchester, right down in the southeast of England, in Kent, at a place called Tilbury, in an old fort.
Da questa direzione sarebbe stato meglio posizionare il palco nell'angolo più lontano.
Mi è stato assicurato che questa era la posizione migliore.